Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to the Board of Directors regular meeting, Thursday, July 25th, 6 p.m. For the Sacramento Metropolitan Fire District. Will you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We have our Metro Cable announcement. Open session meeting is videotaped for cablecast on Metro Cable 14. Replay on Monday, July 29th at 6 p.m. Tuesday, July 30th at 9 a.m. on Channel 14. Webcast at www.sacmetrocable.tv. The open session meetings are also available for viewing on the district website at www.metrofire.ca.gov. Now we come to the public opportunity to discuss matters of public interest within district jurisdiction, including items on or not on the agenda. Madam Clerk, do we have any speaker cards?
There are no speakers this evening.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to consent items.
Madam Chair, I would move the consent agenda.
Second.
It's been first and seconded. Please call the roll.
Director Sailors.
Aye.
Gould.
Aye.
Orzali.
Aye.
Sheets. Aye. Kelly.
Aye.
Wood.
Aye.
Clark.
Aye.
Barnes.
Aye.
And Jones.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much. Now we have a special presentation item. I believe Chief Harms is going to handle that. And Director Kelly. I think you should.
Oh, look at how big.
Congratulations. Take it. You're going to talk.
Am I going to talk?
Of course you are.
Okay. I guess so. Shake hands. Smile.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Closer.
Yeah.
Look at that camera equipment he brought.
There we go. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Okay, our special.
Go ahead, go.
No, you weren't. Go ahead.
0600.
Wow.
I'm either really early or really late. I'm really early.
Let's go.
All right, thank you very much. This is a 15 years of service to Director Kelly and myself as well as the rest of the board. Please accept our congratulations and job well done over the years. Thank you.
So one of the things that we've started is that you have to give us a little words of wisdom now from your 15 years.
Oh,
From my 15 years, let me see. So years through 1 through 14, I knew nothing, and I still know nothing. No, I've got 30 years as a union carpenter, and that's the greatest organization I thought I'd ever belong to, and then I came along and became a director here. It's been my pleasure to be part of this organization for 15 years. You certainly epitomize what Metro Fire is all about, Chief. And I appreciate the opportunity to be part of such a fine organization. And certainly I don't know how the rest of them feel, but I know I do very little to make this organization as great as it is. It's the men and women that work for this organization. And this 15-year my participation has been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Again, congratulations to Director Matt Kelly. We are moving on to reports. President report. There is nothing at this time. Fire Chief's report.
Long report tonight.
Chief.
No retirements. No promotions. We're recruiting for training day staff. Where recruitment starts tomorrow for firefighter paramedic for 20-1. We started on Monday a new academy of 26 recruits. They have completed 4 days. On the 16th, we had the promotional ceremony. We had 37 employees that we went through the promotional ceremony, and it was really neat to see the ACs, BCs, captains, and professional staff, and just a large amount of family and a large amount of young kids all there running around. We had our county chiefs meeting. Also on Monday, the SRP Academy 19-2 started at Station 50, and there's 6 folks in that academy. And then we will run a second academy probably either in late August or early September. One of the things that we also worked on in the past 2 weeks is really about ambulance coverage. Out of the 26 recruits that went into the academy, 10 of those came out of the SRP Academy. So it had an impact on our ability to staff the SRP units. We decided on Monday, it started on Monday, is to put the flex medics, in which we staff on overtime with firefighters, back in service. So we put 2 of those back in service on Medic 22 and Medic 51 because of, until we get these SRPs out of the academy and run another one, our staffing for our ambulances are down right now. Other than that, myself and Director Orzali met yesterday with the ARC President Green. We had a great discussion on career pathways and some of the things that Metro can be involved with the school as the school moves forward. That's all of my report, unless you have any more questions.
Are there any questions for the chief? All right, moving on to the operations report, Assistant Chief Wagaman.
Can you hear me okay? There we go.
There you go.
Good evening, and Chief Harms. Tyler Wagaman, Assistant Chief of Operations. I'm covering for Deputy Chief Bridge this evening. Since we last reported out on July 11th, the district has run 3,745 calls. Of those, 2,828 were EMS calls at a transport rate of 70%. Also during that time frame, our district ran 9 building fires and 54 grass fires. It's been pretty busy. One of those grass fires that I'd like to speak to was in our Battalion 9 area. It's Calvine near Chester in the Gorman Acres area. The grass fire started right about sundown. First unit arrived, had about a quarter acre, and they had some access issues due to multiple fence lines they had to cut. So by the time they actually reached the field, the fire started to progress pretty rapidly. Due to a quick response by not only themselves calling for additional resources, but the resources that we had on hand with not only Metro, but resources from Consumnes and Wilton Fire. We stopped the forward progress at approximately 17 acres just before the fire started to breach the residential house line. Luckily, there was some nice defendable space there, and all the structures were protected before the fire actually encroached on their property, but it got very close. So strong work to the crews on the ground, all 11 pump and roll rigs, as well as 4 water tenders, our dozer, Copter 2, and 4 command units. The next grass fire was very unique. It occurred on July 18th. It came in during the evening hours on an island in the middle of our parkway in the American River. So just downstream from Rio Americano High School, there's a very large island. It's about 2,000 feet long. It's called Rio Island. And when crews arrived, they could definitely see there was a progressing active wildland fire was starting to crown up into the trees, and they were concerned that the fire was going to spread across the waterway onto the side of the parkway and expose some of the either structures or other areas that we would obviously want to keep the fire out of, some other types of infrastructure. So we sent our UAV out there to determine the best access. It was a great use for that resource. We utilized our boats to send some crews in by hand using hand tools, and floato pumps actually pumped water right out of the river, used hose right there on the island to stop the forward progress. So the crews did a great job and absolutely pitched our conditions. Then the next morning we sent our helicopter out there to pick up crews at Rio Americano High School, dropped them right in the middle of the island so they can finish the work. So again, a great use for our air resources, both UAV and helicopter, and our boat. So with that being said, those are 2 unique incidents that I wanted to share with you this evening, and that concludes the operations report, unless you have any questions for me.
Are there any questions for Chief Wagaman? All right, sir, thank you very much. Appreciate it. We have Firefighters Local 522 report. Mr. Jameson?
Good evening, Director Jones, directors, chief arms, and staff. I just wanted to also reiterate, it's the promotional ceremony was fantastic. Having such a large group of people, from staff all the way up to assistant chiefs, and Metro Fire is in good hands. There's a lot of great young people coming up. They're going to be here for a long time and leaving a mark on this agency. And then listening to Chief Wagaman, I think it's important to note some of the things that are going on, and also Chief Harms, you know, that when we are running short out there, the flex medics are in service because there's not as many ambulances out there. It's nice during the day to help them out, but at night there's less service. So they will be running probably more calls at night. So our members are having to step up due to staffing shortages based on some of those things. So it's important to, I think, note that they're doing it. And then you listen to what Chief Wagaman said and the variety of stuff we have to respond to. I mean, we're expected to have a lot of different specialties and do different things, and I think it speaks to the credit to the men and women of the agency and those that support us behind the scenes. And so I think it's just, I wanted to point that out, that as it gets hot, and you know, it's not just hot out there on the grass fires. When it's 105 or 107 on this weekend, those ambulances, and it's a difficult work. So they do a great job. And finally, I know we've had this discussion and we're working through the contract. You know, the men and women of this agency, they deserve a good contract. And I know we've had a lot of discussion about it, and we'll continue to work through the process. I do appreciate that we've had the dialogue we've had, and I'm hoping that we can continue to move this forward and hopefully be done soon. So thank you again for the communication and the openness to talk about it in the dialogue. And that's all I have, so have a good night.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions for Mr. Jameson, Captain Jameson? Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, moving on to committee and delegate reports. There is no executive committee report out. We'll move to Communications Center, JPA. Chief Wagaman.
The last Comm Center board meeting was canceled on July 23rd. Our next meeting's on August 13th here at Metro Fire Headquarters at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, thank you very much. We have no report for the California Fire and Rescue Training, JPA. Moving to Finance and Audit Committee, Director Kelly.
The Finance and Audit Committee met earlier, and a summary of our meeting is as follows. The cash balance is lower than prior year due to pension bond retirement. The general fund revenues trending on budget. General fund expenditures trend slightly below budget due to lower than expected non-labor expenses. And the general fund reserves of $45 million as of April 30th, budgeted to be $25 million as of June 30th.
Okay, thank you very much.
Ms. Thomas.
All right, Policy Committee, Director Gould.
No report?
No report. And here we go, down the stretch. We've come to board member questions and comments. We'll start all the way to my left tonight. Director Barnes, welcome back.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sorry, I was trying to think about what I'm going to say. Thank you for those who actually, all of you who covered for me last meeting. I was obviously on vacation with family, reconnecting and recharging the batteries, which is well overdue. So I appreciate you doing that. Sorry I missed the promotional ceremony. It's always a great time when people start the new chapters of their careers. So thank you for that. Director Kelly, congratulations on 15 years. If it's anything like this, I'm coming up, you know, I can't believe my first 4 years went by like it has, and it seems like it's still flying by. So congratulations on that. It's a good accomplishment. I have to say a congratulations to my wife on her 25 years of service with the California Highway Patrol, and today was her anniversary date, so congratulations to her on that. She is my senior when it comes to, and my boss at home also. But most importantly, to the men and women of Metro Fire, I will say it's already been said the great work that you do, but coming up, think of the next couple of days are going to be 100, 105 degree days, which means call volumes are going to go up, ambulance rides are going to go, people are putting on turnouts, running and going, and this industry is different than most, right? It gets too hot in some events, they get to cancel events, right? People get to go inside and stay inside, but that's not the way this profession works. So I just want to say thank you to all of you who continue to do the great work that you do and represent this organization. The report that we had, it sounded like it would have been filmed for a great movie, what happened on the island, right? Boats, helicopters, and trucks, and pumping water. So that is great work, but it's miraculous work that we do because it saves lives. So thank you for everybody that does that. Thanks for holding it down last week, and I look forward to many meetings to come.
Okay, thank you, Director. Director Clark?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Director Kelly on his 15 years. It's been a pleasure. When I came on this board, he was here. Obviously, I've been here 12 years, and it's been a pleasure working with him all these years, and look forward to working with him a few more years. I would also echo the words of Director Barnes on safety out there with the heat. It must be terrible, especially when you're wearing the turnouts and the gear and all that, and it's really uncomfortable when you're not, you know, you're out there in your bathing suit, if you will. So imagine with all that gear. So everybody stay safe out there and stay hydrated. That's all I have, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Director Wood?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also thank you, Matt. I met you 6.5 years ago when you were one of the persons interviewing me for replacement for the Division 4 seat. So I appreciate you selecting me and appreciate working with you all these years. Congratulations. One other thing, Captain Vestal, it's been wonderful. Every time I turn on the news, almost every day, there's somebody from Metro on there. While it's always good to see your face, it's also great to see others. And there have been a lot of other faces that have been speaking for us on our behalf, and they've all done a phenomenal job. So that's credit to you for all that you've done. And like everyone else has said, just be safe and stay hydrated this weekend. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Director. Director Rosali?
First, I wanted to congratulate Matt on his 15 years of service to Metro Fire. It's an honor to work with you, and I appreciate everything that you've done. I also want to express my appreciation to Chief Harms for the time spent meeting with ARC's President Green on what I think has the potential to be a really important initiative for our community. With that, thank you.
Thank you, Director Rosali. Director Gould?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Matt, congratulations. Keep up the good work. It's been a pleasure working with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Director Sailors?
Director Green, congratulations. Job well done. Everyone stay safe and hydrated out there this weekend and for the rest of the month. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Director Kelly?
I was looking for Director Green. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's quite all right. Oh, God. It's quite all right. I wanted to say again, thank you for allowing me to be part of this fine organization, and everybody be safe during the holiday.
Thank you.
Excuse me, it's not quite the holiday, it's the weekend.
Every weekend is a holiday.
It's a summer weekend. No worries. Director Sheets?
Two things. Congratulations, Director Kelly. I hopefully will learn more. I think the first year that I was on the Finance and Audit Committee, I relied heavily on a lot of his guidance, so I really appreciated that. I also wanted to extend thank you to Station 31 and 32. I've been able to do some station visits, and they've been very generous with their hospitality. And that is it. Be safe this weekend.
Okay. Thank you very much. I do have a few shout outs. First of all, congratulations, Director Kelly. 15 years, well done. Let's go for 15 more. There we are. Okay. I'd also like in advance to thank Metro Fire for hosting the Parkway Coalition monthly meeting. Will be held here tomorrow, and we appreciate the opportunity to host the Parkway Coalition here at Metro and give folks a tour of our headquarters. I appreciate that very much. The promotional ceremony was excellent. What made it so cool is we had the very, very large conference room at Rancho Cordova City Hall. It was filled with family and friends, and that was such a strong showing. I was totally impressed, and it was just a wonderful event to attend. I appreciate it very much. Two shout-outs for jobs well done to our CERT team and also to our boat crew. We had the inaugural event for the Great American Triathlon last Saturday. That's a very strong local community event that has replaced Epi's Great Race, called the GAT, Great American Triathlon. And our CERT team provided support services, including first aid, and our boat crews ensured the safety of everyone out on the river. I understand they got a little busy later in the day as well. So, job well done, and thank you for your help. With that, I will adjourn this meeting until our next one, the second Thursday next month. Thank you.